Happy birthday, dear Kyle. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish, Kyle.
Don't miss Trump next time.
Oh, so much. Except for Donald Trump's a piece of shit. Peace out, love you!
Jack Black is the ultimate sellout clown.
Jack Black, once hailed as Hollywood's lovable goofball, the king of slapstick comedy, and a rock star turned actor who could do no wrong. For decades, he was seen as the fun uncle of Hollywood, the guy you could trust to bring laughs, lighthearted energy, and pure entertainment. But now, that image is gone. Because behind the wild energy, the tenacious D-Rock anthems, and the blockbuster comedies, Jack Black has quietly burned through goodwill, alienated fans, and turned his career into a cautionary tale. This is the satisfying downfall of Jack Black. Before the scandals, before the backlash, Jack Black was a star born out of pure charisma. In the late 1990s, he stole the spotlight with small but unforgettable roles. Think High Fidelity, where his chaotic energy made him the most memorable character on screen. That momentum only grew in the 2000s, when Jack Black broke into mainstream fame with Shallow Hal, School of Rock, and Nacho Libre. Audiences adored him. He wasn't conventionally handsome, he wasn't the smooth-talking leading man, but that was his charm. He was authentic, larger than life, and unafraid to look ridiculous. By the mid-2000s, Jack Black had something rare: universal appeal. Parents saw him as family-friendly, teens saw him as cool but goofy, and comedy fans respected him as one of the most original voices in Hollywood. But as we've seen with so many stars, the higher the pedestal, the harder the fall. The first real crack in Jack Black's image came in 2009. Jack lent his voice to a campaign for Autism Speaks, a group that branded itself as advocating for autistic people. The problem? Autism Speaks had long been criticized by the autistic community itself for portraying autism as a disease to be cured, spreading fear-based narratives, and silencing autistic voices.
Mostly music. Because who the hell knows what those neuroscientists are talking about? But they're heroes out on the front lines of the technology, and we want to hear what they have to say too.
By aligning himself with the campaign, Jack Black suddenly wasn't the goofy, harmless comedian anymore. He was part of a campaign that many saw as harmful. The backlash online was intense. Fans who once adored him began questioning his judgment, his values, and whether his goofy image masked something more careless underneath. And instead of addressing the criticism head-on, Jack stayed quiet. No explanation, no apology, just silence. For someone who built his career on being authentic, that silence spoke volumes. The 2010s brought a new challenge for Jack Black: politics. Jack had never shied away from being outspoken, but as America grew more divided, his political stances became lightning rods. He supported progressive causes, criticized conservative figures, and aligned himself with Hollywood's loudest voices. For some fans, this was refreshing, but for others, especially those who had grown up with School of Rock or Kung Fu Panda, it felt like a betrayal. They wanted Jack Black the entertainer, not Jack Black the activist. The backlash was predictable. Social media flooded with comments telling him to stick to acting, while critics accused him of virtue signaling. And then came the most damaging incident of all: the Tenacious D Trump joke. At a Tenacious D concert in Germany, Jack Black's bandmate Kyle Gass joked about Donald Trump's assassination. The crowd laughed, Jack laughed, but online, it was a disaster. Clips spread across social media, framing Jack Black as endorsing the joke. Outrage poured in from conservatives, centrists, and even some of his own fans who thought the comment crossed the line. Within hours, hashtags were trending. Calls to boycott his project surged. And suddenly, Jack Black wasn't just a goofy comedian. He was being painted as a Hollywood elitist, openly mocking political violence. In one of his shows, he criticizes the government and literally mocks them.
Bring back the U.S. The fucking U.S. Bring back the U.S. Government totally sucks. Thank you.
Again, he didn't really address it. The silence only deepened the backlash. Around the same time, Jack Black's career started to slow down. While his early 2000 films were box office hits, his later projects struggled to find the same magic. Goosebumps 2 failed to replicate the first film's success. The House with a Clock in Its Walls underperformed. And smaller indie projects like Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot barely registered with audiences. The problem wasn't just the movies themselves, it was Jack Black's image. The lovable clown routine was wearing thin. Audiences had seen it for 20 years, and without the charm of his earlier roles, it started to feel stale. Even his attempt to pivot into YouTube with Jablinski Games fizzled. The channel racked up subscribers early on, but content was inconsistent, and fans quickly lost interest. For the first time in his career, Jack Black wasn't just fading, he was becoming irrelevant. When news broke that Jack Black was set to star in the Minecraft movie, fans expected excitement. Instead, it sparked controversy. Gamers accused Hollywood of ruining their favorite franchise by casting Jack, arguing that his goofy style would cheapen the story.
Just playing Jack Black, but in a blue shirt. It looks like he rolled out of bed and they gave him this blue shirt instead. Alright, now you're Steve.
Memes spread online painting him as out of touch and past his prime. For a man once praised for being the perfect fit in any role, the Minecraft backlash was a clear sign. His name no longer guaranteed excitement. As his career stalled, Jack Black started chasing brand deals and commercial appearances. From over-the-top ads to awkward TikTok collaborations, fans accused him of selling out, abandoning the authenticity that once made him special. The internet, brutal as always, labeled him a clown for hire. Once seen as the anti-establishment funny man, Jack Black was now lumped in with the very Hollywood machine he used to parody. And the saddest part? He seemed to lean into it. The final nail in the coffin wasn't one single scandal, but the gradual erosion of trust. Fans who had grown up with Jack Black, who saw him as the voice of their childhood through Kung Fu Panda or School of Rock, felt betrayed. Betrayed by the Autism Speaks controversy. Betrayed by the political silence then outrage cycle. Betrayed by the stale performances and lazy commercials. Jack Black didn't just lose relevance. He lost the very people who once defended him. And so here we are. Jack Black, the once unstoppable force of comedy, now stands as an example of how quickly Hollywood darlings can fall. He's not canceled in the traditional sense. He still books roles, still tours with Tenacious D, still pops up online. But the cultural status, the universal love, the everyone's favorite comedian label, gone. Today, Jack Black is a reminder that charisma alone can't carry a career forever. That silence in the face of controversy speaks louder than jokes. And that sometimes the downfall of a star isn't explosive. It's slow, steady, and, in its own way, satisfying. So, what do you think? Was Jack Black unfairly targeted, or did he bring this downfall on himself? Drop your thoughts below. And if you want more deep dives into Hollywood's biggest downfalls, make sure to like and subscribe.